Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about HR roles. So you know that in HRSD product of ServiceNow, to access the features or capabilities which are available in HRSD product, we need some HR specific roles. Okay. So basically in ServiceNow, we have two types of HR role. One is your HR core roles. Second is your client roles. Okay. So we are going to discuss about all those things in this video. Okay, so moving back to system. So this is my ServiceNow AI platform. And here, if you go to system administrator and click on roles, so here you can see all the roles are available. I have done a search based upon SNHR. So in ServiceNow, the most common roles are HR admin role. So you can see this is the HR admin role, SN underscore HR underscore core dot admin. And this is the highest admin privilege in HR related applications. Okay, and generally like in your out of box instance, this HR admin role is inherited by admin, so admin role inherited. Okay, additionally, if you see that there are other roles like LE admin, ER admin, HR manager, so this role contains all other roles. Okay, so this is the one role. The second role which is very important is HR basic role. So which this is the role which we provide to our HR professionals, or you can say to our HR agents who need to work on their daily work, like who need to work on resolution of HR cases. So we give this HR basic role to those groups. Say if you have any payroll group, any benefit group, any total rewards group, and so we assign this role to all those to those groups, and all the members of those groups inherit this role. So this is HR basic role. The third one is your HR manager role. So you can see we have this HR manager role. Okay, so now you can observe that we have this field assignable by. So HR admin role can be assigned to any user only by HR admins only. Similarly, HR basic role can be assigned by HR managers or anyone having more access than HR admin. So HR manager is the minimum role which is needed to assign HR basic role to any user. Okay, and if you have observed in HR admin inherit this role, this HR manager role. So that's why HR admin can assign HR basic role to other users. Similarly, to assign HR manager role, HR admin role is needed. Okay, so these are the three most common roles which we generally use. And other than that, you will observe, like if you go to HR basic role, you can see we have this case writer role. And if you open the case writer role, you will observe it inherits HR case reader role. So if you go to the role section, here you can see we have case writer and case reader role. So if you want to allow only the read access to HR case, then you can give this case reader. But if you want to give the write permission as well, then you need to give case writer role. Okay. Similarly, you can see this this SNHR core, HRSM Alumni, HRSM contingent, HRSM contractor, HRSM employee, HRSM new hire. So these are your client roles. Okay, and you can see we have one KV writer role as well, which grants access to all HR KV articles. Similarly, you can see we have a role for profile reader and profile writer. So these roles are required if you want to give the read and write permission on HR profiles. So in HRSD, we have one HR profile table, okay, which stores the confidential or employment related information. So to access the records or to modify any record, these roles are needed. Similarly, for creating the reports on HR related tables, one report creator separate role is there. Okay, and in ServiceNow, like if I show you application and if you search for HR, so you will observe that say if you type human resource, so you can see that we have human resource core, we have human resource employee relation, we have life cycle events as well, integration as well. So that's why here you can see that we have some this is your admin role, case writer, case reader. Similarly, integration related for integration, HR integration application, there are some roles which are applicable to that one. Similarly, for lifecycle event, we have lifecycle event admin role, lifecycle event activity reader, activity writer. These are the different roles available. Similarly, if you want someone to read the or work on lifecycle related cases, LE case writer role is needed. So if I have opened this role and if you look at contains by, so LE admin inherit contains this role. Additionally, if you look for access to, so here you can see the different tables on which this role is having the access. Okay, so these are your HR core roles. Then moving to your client roles. So basically, if I go back to my first screen, so here you can see we have this HRSM role. So if I open this say HRSM, so it's this new hire role. Okay, so you can see this HRSM new hire role is contained by HRSP new hire. So this role is applicable for portal, and this HRSM1, because this SP indicates for portal, and SM this core one is for the backend UI. Okay, and basically we assign these roles to employee, and these are very helpful when say consider you have one onboarding process defined and there is a new hire, new join is there. Okay, so and to restrict different say access to different HR services, or say to a new joinee you want them to complete some mandatory training, you want to show them some different page, so that you can control with the help of this role. So if user is having that this role, it means that user is a new joinee and employment is not started yet, and they need to complete some say pre-onboarding task. So with the help of which you can show new hire, new joinee on a different page, not so on the HR portal or on the ESC portal, they will be redirected to a different page. Okay, so this is the use of client role. And how these client roles are getting assigned. So we have this client, if you search for client role, you can see under HR administration you have this client role assignment rules, and here you can see we have 5 records available, and where they have defined the role as well, and they have defined the condition. So if I look for this first record, so let me change my view to new hire. Yeah, so you can see it's active, this role will be assigned if this particular condition is satisfied. And if you look for the condition, it says if employment type is full-time employee and employment type is either fulfillment, like employment type is either full-time, part-time, or any of these, and employment start date is, let me open this record. So it is loading. Yeah, it's loaded. So if employment start date is after today, then we are treating that then if any HR profile is created and this particular condition is satisfied, then system will automatically grant this HR new joinee role, like new hire. Okay, so this as HRSP new hire, this role will be automatically assigned. Okay, so this is about the client role assignment rule. So I hope now you are clear that, and additionally, like you can go to groups as well. If you go to groups, say you can type manage HR groups, and if you say if I open this HR benefit one and this employee relation one, and similarly say if, yeah, let me take these two only. Okay, so if you so this HR benefit, okay, they haven't assigned any role. Okay, yeah, similarly see for this employee relation they have assigned case writer role, and the parent of this one is HR. So if I go to the parent role, so here you can see they're assigning HR basic role. So you should be knowing about these roles while setting up your HR groups, because accordingly access will be granted to those HR agents or to those employees. Okay. So in for so this coming to this client roles, so client, not all, say not all customers use these client roles. Okay, so it depends upon their need. Okay, but you should be knowing about different roles available so that you can give the right recommendation to your customer. I hope you find this video informative. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.